And first at 5 o'clock, recent trips to enjoy the water and escape the heat has turned deadly for at least 6 people in the metro area in the past 3 weeks.
Local officials say it was partly because of the pandemic. They took our Morgan Romero and Chad Dehart out in the Columbia earlier to show us how to prevent another tragedy.
Ready to go?
Yeah, you're good.
Even a gray PNW morning.
It was cold. It's going to warm up later, so.
Won't keep people away.
That's my life. There's nothing else like it. There's nothing else like it. It's peaceful.
Might just be fishing.
Now imagine the crowds on a hot summer day, like the ones we've had recently. The pandemic pushed people outside in droves, since they couldn't do much else. Many are new to water sports, which we've seen can be deadly.
Safety first, so we don't drown. That's the number one thing.
Any boat 16 foot and over is actually required to have some type of throwable device such as this on board. Gear in and around the waterways is absolutely imperative.
When we were out with multiple local agencies earlier, they showed us a few things that you need with you on a boat to stay safe. One is a throw bag, so you can rescue anybody in the water. And for your own safety, if you fall in, you'll need a life vest.
It's turn and swim, grab the rope, grab the rope.
We say reach, throw, don't go. Try to offer them a hand, but don't put yourself in a precarious situation outside of your comfort level.
Know your own abilities and expect the unexpected, especially in bodies of water with steep drop-offs.
Swim with others, never swim alone. Don't go beyond, your limitations. Don't exceed your comfort level in or around the water.
So far in 2021, 6 people died in boating-related incidents in Oregon's rivers, lakes, and bays. And first responders are seeing more swimmers drown in the metro area.
Going from the hot temperatures into the cold water, you can get into shock and not respond as quickly as you're normally going to.
We arrive on scenes a lot of the time knowing that this rescue is probably going to turn out to be a recovery mission. It's extremely difficult, some worse than others.
But first responders say the vast majority of deaths can be prevented by wearing a life vest.
We want to make sure everyone goes home at the end of the day.
Morgan Romero, KGW News.
Turning to Oregon's raging wildfire season, the Bootleg fire has grown to 212,000 acres. It's burning in Klamath and Lake counties, and it's the largest fire in the country. The effort to stop it is massive and includes firefighters from the Portland area. We talked with members of the Lake Oswego Fire Department who deployed last Friday. They say it's unbelievable how the fire has grown.
Every day we wake up, at the briefing, they say the fire's doubled in size, which is pretty incredible. I've never seen RH, or relative humidity, as low as it is, the temperatures as high as they are, and the winds as quick as they are.
Even with all their efforts, though, more than a half dozen homes and structures have already been destroyed. On the positive side, crews say they have managed to strengthen containment lines.
There are numerous other fires burning around the region as well. We have a quick overview for you. The Jack Fire in the Umpqua National Forest has burned more than 13,000 acres. Containment there is at 15%. The Grandview Fire in Central Oregon is almost 6,000 acres. Containment 10% on that one. Sisters Middle School is serving as an evacuation point. And the Darlene Fire southeast of Lapine, that's sitting at about 600 acres. There is no containment. And the Lick Creek Fire in southeast Washington near the Idaho border is the largest in Washington right now. That one has burned 63,000 acres. It was previously called the Dry Gulch Fire. Those are just some of the big ones. There are other fires that we haven't mentioned that are burning as well right now. You can check out a full list as well as the exact details on evacuation orders by visiting kgw.com or texting the word wildfires to the number you see on your screen, 503-226-5088, and we will text you back with a direct link.
In yet another challenge in the wildfire battle, officials are worried about a jet fuel shortage that could keep firefighting planes and helicopters grounded. Jet fuel supply chains suffered big disruptions during the pandemic, and they haven't recovered yet. Officials say they've already had sporadic shortages at some tanker bases. And the big fear is multiple bases running out at the same time during the height of wildfire season.
Roughly 71% of Oregonians at this point, 18 and older, now have at least one COVID shot. But parts of our state are still lagging. There is some concern about how unvaccinated people will fare against the Delta variant of the virus. KGW's Pat Doris reports.
It seems almost every month there's a new variant of the COVID virus that threatens to run amok in our state. The current concern is the Delta strain, thought to be spread easier than the Brazilian or the UK strains, which are the other two found most often in Oregon.
The Delta variant is here. There is, the health officials I've talked to said it exists. It's in Malheur County.
That's Pat Caldwell, a reporter for the Malheur Enterprise newspaper who covers the pandemic in Southeast Oregon.
This is a very conservative county with a very conservative outlook. And I think that there's a sense that there's a sense that they don't like people telling them what to do. There's a sense, I think, too, that the crisis is over. That this is past.
Malheur County has a COVID vaccination rate of just 36.6%. That's second worst only to Lake County with 35% and just ahead of Umatilla County with 41%. Caldwell said the health department is trying, but those who are not vaccinated are not interested.
Over the last 3 weeks in Oregon, the last 21 days, the Delta variant accounts for 31% of the viruses that have been identified in the state.
Okay, so it's on the grow.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I would say almost unquestionably.
And things do look promising there. According to the Oregon Health Authority, on July 13th, Malheur County had no new cases. And over the last 7 days, the average new case count is just 1 per day. But there is concern it could soon join Umatilla County, which July 13th reported 27 new cases and a 7-day average of 19 new cases per day. OHSU researchers are tracking that fast-spreading Delta virus. It has been found in Umatilla County and other counties.
As one of these viruses gets into an unvaccinated community, it's not just a number of people, but it's probably people that share social space and workspace, making it really likely that the virus will be able to move fairly quickly through those populations.
Dr. Bill Messer says it's not too late to get vaccinated, that you should get your questions answered and then do it to protect yourself and your community. Vaccination rates are definitely dropping in Oregon. 1 month ago, 4,600 people got their first shot for the COVID vaccine. Yesterday, that number was down to 1,600 new people. In Northeast Portland, Pat Doris, KGW News.
Former Seattle Seahawk Richard Sherman is facing a charge for burglary domestic violence. He's accused of trying to break into a family member's home in Redmond, Washington. Police say it happened this morning. They say Sherman fought with officers who tried to arrest him. In an update this afternoon, police explained the charges against Sherman.
The domestic violence component results from Mr. Sherman's relationship with the occupants of the residence, not due to him physically assaulting his significant other.
Washington State Patrol is also investigating Sherman for a hit and run. They believe he crashed his car into a cement barrier before he ended up at that family member's home. Sherman played for the San Francisco 49ers for the past 3 seasons after he left the Seahawks. He spent 7 seasons with Seattle.
The city of Salem is looking for a volunteer. They want to pay a local business to offer up space as a temporary homeless shelter. Now here's the pitch. Officials are looking to rent a 2,500 square foot space that's ADA accessible and has restrooms. They'd foot the bill with federal COVID relief money, and the deal would last about 1 to 3 months. The city wants to get this up and running soon, like within the next 30 days. One reason why they want this to happen now is ODOT is ready to clear some camps, including this giant camp we shot video of today along I-5 at Salem Market Street at the Salem Market Street exit. Officials estimate that more than 100 people are camping at this specific spot, and starting Saturday, ODOT says they have to leave. They've posted some warning signs. They've warned people about this, that it's going to be cleared.
What did you think when you saw the postings?
That hopefully that they were prepared for that and have somewhere designated for people to reside.
This comes about a month after Salem officials started clearing hundreds of campers from the city's parks. The city says, though, there aren't nearly enough shelter beds to go around. So will this idea to recruit a business as a shelter actually work? And what is the long-term plan? We're going to talk about it and introduce you to one business that's already stepping up to help on The Story tonight at 6 o'clock.